every nut and bolt is tight. Keep on striving, keep on driving, keep on rolling down the road. The back streets of our dreams just keep on winding. They're leading us to highways paved with gold. Oh, we know that as long as we keep driving, we ain't never ever growing old. Keep on striving, keep on driving, keep on rolling down the road.
You know, dead of winter, we spend a lot of time hanging around this shop here. I like your cars, trucks, El Caminos, whatever the hell you call them. Yep. I like your Harley. You know, I do, man. I could look at it all day. You know, I like your 68 Charger. I love your bike. Totally knocks me out. I love the way you guys help me out with stuff. You know, the way we do different things, pimp cars, do whatever we do. But honestly, you guys, we gotta go somewhere else. Like, enough already. Now, here is my mission, should you gentlemen choose to accept it, all right? I want you guys to convince people at Cruise Nights to let a fat goof like me, right? Hey, I'm sorry, I know what I am, all right? Jump in their cars and go for a ride around the block. Do you guys think this will actually happen?
Absolutely.
I think so.
So who's gonna pick the cars? You guys gonna pick the cars out for me?
Sure.
Yep.
You're gonna pick some cool stuff?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We know a lot of people there too, so I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Oh yeah, we've been there before.
They're our friends.
Hey, long hard winter, quick fast summer. Let's
Yep.
go. What's going on, brother? Hey, I'm here with my good friend Peter Janakis, the owner of the Pony Corral restaurant. We're at the Grand Park Pony Corral, and we got a huge car show going on here, Sunday Night Cruise. So Peter, tell me a little bit about the history of this event.
Well, Willie, we started this about 21 years ago with me and my father. It's been a weekend tradition since then.
Right on. So every Sunday in the summer,
Every
you
Sunday
got a
night.
whole bunch of cars piled in here,
Yeah.
and thousands of people.
Yeah, a couple thousand.
So this is obviously more than just about the cars. Then it's a big thing for the people that come here as well.
No, it's a, you know, it's a family day. I mean, you see young kids here, adults. It's something fun for the whole community.
Cool. Lots of friends have been made in your parking lots, man. And you know
Nice.
what? It really is about so much more than just a car show. And we got to thank Peter
Thank
and
you.
the Janakis family for everything they do for us. Right on, man. Cool.
No, we gotta go, man. Hey, Willie, how are you? Good.
Oh, you're gonna let me drive it?
Sure,
Oh, man.
absolutely.
It's been a few years in the works, eh?
Oh yeah, 57 Chevy Bel Air. Found it down the street, 3 blocks away from my house under a tarp.
No way.
Yeah.
What, were you just out for a walk and noticed
I was
it, or-
out bike riding and I saw something out of the corner of my eye, turned around and went back. 3 days later, bought it.
And you're gonna let me try it out, eh? Oh,
Absolutely.
you're a gentleman. I'm excited, man. Thanks.
All right.
Right on.
All the way.
Yeah. So my buddy Eve's been building this car for a few years now, and you know, it's almost like when a new baby arrives, when one of your buddies finally finishes his restoration project. How long did you take to restore it?
About 2 years.
Yeah? Wow, it's beautiful, man. Who did the paint job for you?
Did it myself in the garage.
Wow, no way.
Yeah.
Unreal. Upholstery?
My Uncle Joe did it at West End Upholstery.
A family affair. I love
A
it.
family affair.
I gotta tell you, him letting me take this for a little Sunday night cruise is a complete honor. I saw this car in every state of its completion, from when it was a rusty, dilapidated heap to what it has grown to become today, which is a totally awesome Sunday night cruiser. As you can see, man, cars just coming and going from every direction, and so are eyeballs. Everybody sure notices this car when you're going down the road in it. Wow. You gotta be careful you don't cause an accident in a car like this, because it really does get that much attention. How many miles have you put on it this summer so far?
Not much, just got it going late last year, so about 300, 400 miles.
We'll take a little blast down Grant Avenue here. Obviously, we have to be respectful of the neighbors and not squeal the tires in this neighborhood here. We wait till we get out of this neighborhood so we don't draw any heat on our little show we got going on here. What you got under the hood?
350.
And a 350 tranny then? Or?
Yeah, 700.
Oh, even better. You got
Yeah.
the overdrive, nice
Yeah,
on the highway.
yeah.
Does she get down the road pretty good?
She goes like hell.
Now, what else can you say? 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. This is a serious car, though. Wow. So 1957, big year. 55, 56, 57. They call them the Tri-Chevys, 5, 6, 7. Of course, 55, a huge year. Really, when Chevrolet made the small block Chevy available for everything. Now, this car isn't what you'd call an original restoration, You know, it's got some aftermarket stuff on it, notably a brand new 350 Chev motor with a 700 R4 transmission, so that gives you the overdrive gear in it. And you know what, that overdrive allows you to just coast down the road if you want to. And then you also have the option of shifting it down a gear or two and being able to lay the hammer down. You can see that it's just got serious power. Yeah, I think you can almost hear it. You might even be able to feel it. I can sure feel it. But then when I back off a little bit, because of that 700 R4 transmission, it's just nice and smooth, so you can cruise around and you know, you don't have to disrupt the neighbors. This is definitely a quintessential cruiser. You know, Eve Bergman's 57 Chevy, you know, this car's got to be worth at least $40,000. And to some people that might sound like a lot of money, but if you think about it, if you go to a new car dealership and walk in, you can spend $40,000 on a lot of cars, even a lot of minivans. Oh yeah, look what I stole. I can't really think of too many brand new cars that would get the kind of attention that this car gets. So to me, I mean, that's worth something for sure. Willy, I assume?
Hi, Willy.
How you doing, Kevin? Right
Very
on,
good,
man.
very good.
Cool. Blast from the past. Beautiful car, 84, right?
That's right, Willy.
Yeah, sweet. Man, I just love this car. It's just like a time capsule. So, how long have you had it for?
Since new, factory ordered it, Willy.
Since new, factory
Yeah,
order.
yeah.
So is this original paint on it?
Yes, it is, Willy.
Unreal.
Yes.
So obviously you're not parking this outside, right?
No,
Wow. Oh yeah, 5-liter HO. So you get a lot of looks, eh?
definitely.
How old were you in 1984?
21.
21.
Yeah.
So you were the hot shot on the block with this car, I bet,
yeah.
eh?
Oh, yeah.
What were you doing for a living back in them days?
Working for MTS.
Worked at MTS?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
You still work there now? Or?
That's correct,
Yeah,
yes.
Cool. So when you were working at MTS as a 21-year-old guy, did you drive this car all year round? Like, did you ever drive it in winter?
No, never seen snow.
Can I take it for a ride?
Sure thing, Willy.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
okay.
That's
The keys
amazing.
are inside.
The keys
They're
are in
inside,
it?
yeah.
All right. You coming with me, Hollywood, or are you staying back?
Still remember how to drive an automatic?
Guess I better buckle up if I'm hitting the highway. All right. We're behind the wheel of a 1984 Camaro Z28 equipped with the 305 high output motor. You know what? These cars took a bum rap probably through the mid-90s because punks like me with mullets listening to too much loud music used to drive around in them all through the 80s. I gotta tell you that I used to drive a car like this, and you pick up a young girl in a Camaro in the 80s and her dad was not impressed. Ooh, we got a little squeal there. So this isn't a big visceral beast like some, you know, sort of hot rod cars out there. This is just a very straight, original 25-year-old car. And a couple of things that impress me right off the bat. I'm looking at the odometer on this car. It's got 39,621 original kilometers. That's pretty cool for a 25-year-old car. If I did a little bit of math there, I mean, really, that's like what? I don't know. Math wasn't ever my good subject. You know, it's neat. This car's 25 years old this year, right? I mean,
That's right, yeah.
Wow. So I guess technically it's actually considered to be, this is the year that an 84 Camaro breaks into the classics, right?
That's correct.
And when we say survivor in the car game, that means that it's a car that hasn't been repainted, it hasn't had a bunch of parts replaced on it. This car has survived 25 years of ownership and still looks exactly the way it did when it rolled off the showroom floor. That makes it extensively more valuable than a restored version of it. You know, you could take a car like this and restore it with all new parts back to original, but the only thing is, a car is only original once, and this car is as original as they come. Look at this right here. Man. You know, other cities in Canada, they talk about their big car show that they have every summer and how they got a big car scene. We pull this off every single Sunday night, right here, every Sunday. Like, man. Like, there's got to be 600-700 cars in that parking lot, and every one of them's cool. There are still versions of this car out there that are being sold as a used car. You know, your neighbor's kid might even have one that he's trying to fix up, or, you know, that he's decided that he wants to sell. But the difference with this car is that this car is original. This car is bone stock. You are not going to find very many of these with this low of kilometers on them that are in this original condition. This car has never had any body work done on it, with the exception probably of the tires and a couple of tune-ups and maybe a brake job. Every single part on this car is original Chevrolet. There's no substitute for that. So, I mean, I'd say that despite what collectors might think and what this car might command on the open market, this car's got to be worth $25,000, just simply because of the originality of it. The car is only original once, and this one's as original as they come. Wow, this is a cool find, Dave. Totally. Oh, yeah. What do we got here?
Hey
Gary
there,
Conway
Willy.
and the 1966 Monaco Rag. Sweet ride. So tell me about it, Gary.
Well, I've had the car 10 years now. It's a local Winnipeg car, bought brand new down at Pembina Highway at Penner Dodge. Every year we try to make it a little better and add a few parts to it. And
It's looking good, looking good. So this is a rare car, right?
there were 552 built,
Wow.
and Chrysler figures there's only about 50 left in the world.
So how many do you figure there would be in Canada?
That was Canada only.
That was Canada only.
Yeah,
Now-
it's a Canadian-only car.
Oh, okay.
They were built in Windsor.
So they never had these cars in America. What was the variant of it in America?
They had the two-door hardtop, the Monaco 500.
Nice. So this is Canadian exclusive. I love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All the rest of the interior went right back to original 1966. We found a parts car out in Beausejour last fall that had a mint interior.
Wow. So you're actually gonna let me take this car for a drive?
One day, when I'm ready to sell it,
Okay, you're gonna let me drive it, though, are you?
I'll let you drive it one day. You've been for a ride in
How
it.
about today? Can I drive it today?
You want to drive it today?
Just around the block.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Oh, you're a man.
I guess so.
You are the man.
No one
See,
else
it
has
just-
ever driven this thing.
No one else has ever driven it?
No.
Ooh, that adds to it. I like this car. Lots of room, man.
You'd be nice to my car.
I'll be nice to it, don't you worry. Oh yeah, big block Dodge. First thing I notice about this car is, mamma mia, we're rolling. This is a big boat. It's funny because the Monaco sort of gets a little bit of a bum steer from the muscle car people because it's such an intermediate big body car. Even though it has that great big motor and the great powertrain, it's not really thought of as a muscle car. But hey, I'll tell you what. Don't tell the car that because it doesn't know. Pretty sweet ride. Oh, I gotta love the wind blowing through that place where my hair used to be. Lots of room here. How do I look?
Like a guy driving a big block Dodge.
This is a one-of-a-kind car, especially here in Winnipeg. There's only, in estimation, only 50 of them left in Canada, and I bet you not too many of them are in as pristine a shape as this. Really, I think that to an American Mopar collector, a car like this would have to be worth, a solid $40,000 at least. And when you drive around with the top down on it, it really feels like it's worth every penny of that. '87 Grand National. Dude, love these cars.
This is
3.8 liter V6. Holy, look at the turbo on this bad boy.
Yep.
Look at all these
Intercooler down
pipes
there.
here. Intercooler.
Beautiful.
You know what? They rated this car at 235 horsepower. That was the factory specs on it. But Car and Driver, when they tested it, swore this car was like 290 horsepower. For one, they didn't want the insurance companies to freak out that you're basically grandpa's coupe could smoke the tires, and also they didn't want to admit that it had more horsepower than the Corvette.
Right.
Because the Corvette of this year, an '87 Corvette, only had 230 horsepower.
It's got the trunk kit in here.
Holy,
Nice.
this thing's like brand new.
Look at this.
Oh, this is sweet.
Excellent.
This dude is going to let us drive this car.
That's beautiful.
Oh my God, Grand National. I've never driven one of these. Oh man, this thing's loaded too. Oh yeah.
Let's hear that turbo whistle.
This car is a speeding ticket waiting to happen. Love it. We're behind the wheel of a 1987 Buick Grand National. This is pretty much a dream for me. So here, holy sh**. So early in the power band, it feels like a 3.8 liter V6 engine, like your typical Chevy 3800. But then all of a sudden, right around the 3,500, 4,000 RPM range, it starts to go whoop, and the ascent starts to sink down in it, and then it gets downright scary. Like the street's a little bit slick right now, and this thing almost laid a smoky patch right behind me. If Chuck Norris was a car, he would be a Grand National. The license plate on this one cracks me up. It says 8-year V8, 8UR V8. And you know what? This car is more than capable of eating lots of cars with a V8. But what a difference when you start slamming in an intercooler, a turbocharged intercooler. Oh man, when that boost kicks in. So we got some kind of fancy gauge right here, an autometer boost gauge. So if I keep my eye on it, it'll probably tell us where it goes down. This is basically an instant speeding ticket right here in this car. These cars have become very sought after for collectors. I mean, the Grand National, like without doubt, is the car. Like this is the one that every hot rod guy wants, and you can see why when you get in it. So the only car that was faster than this car in 1987 was a Porsche 911 Turbo. This car could do 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. The Porsche could do it in 4.6. This car beat out everything else. Beat out the Corvette. It beat out the Mustang. Killed them. Left them in the dust. This car was the car, without doubt. This is a car that's really high on my list of cars that if I ever am fortunate enough to find the kind of money to drive around in a car, this is the one. Man, I wish we were at the test track so bad right now I can taste it. 5.0. I could eat that 5.0 in this thing. What do you think of that, Mustang boy? I bet you if you pull up next to Mustang guys in these cars, they just don't even want to talk to you. They don't even want to make eye contact with you because they know what'll happen. In the summer of 1987, I was 19 years old. I totally loved these cars. I loved all G-bodies, Cutlasses, Grand Prix, Monte Carlos, and especially the Buick Grand National. I could never have afforded one. This was one of the most sought-after cars of its era. You know, the owner of this car recently got it appraised for $35,000. And after driving around in it, I can see why a car like this is valued at that much money. On the outside, it looks like any other G-body General Motors car of this era. Even on the inside, it looks like it. Except for a few little appliques in the interior, it's pretty much a very common car, of which they made millions of. But you put your foot in the gas, get that intercooler and that turbo working together, and look out, baby. Here's 300 horsepower in a 6-cylinder car. When was the last time you ate a V8 in a V6 car? $35,000 all day long.
What is that little thing?
This is my Daihatsu lawn chair. And this is your next ride, buddy.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Look at this
Boy,
thing.
I'm gonna fit in this thing.
It's sweet.
This is awesome.
12-inch wheels.
Look how tiny it is.
Came from Japan.
From Japan.
It came from Japan.
It's a Daihatsu Hi-Jet.
Yep.
Looks like a little fire truck or something. This is the fire chief's truck?
Yep.
Holy, I love this little thing.
I think the motor's back here under this little inspection cover.
Holy, there's a little motor in there.
Yeah. I believe it's a 660 cc's.
660. Will I even fit in it?
Wrong side.
Oh no, it's wrong hand drive.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never driven something like this.
At least it's 4-wheel drive, so it's not wrong-wheel drive.
Oh, this thing's neat. Let's see if I fit in it first.
Yeah.
You got a shoehorn?
I'll just push on you.
Oh, well, they have sumo wrestlers in Japan.
Yeah. I think they ride on the back.
Actually, you know what?
It's a good fit.
It's not that bad. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, I guess. Wow.
Made for somebody a little bit smaller.
Is it running?
I think so. Let me feel it. Yep. Put it into reverse there.
Why does it need a warning light? You couldn't even hurt anyone. Let's try it out and see what happens here.
Daihatsu away!
What is, without question, the smallest, most messed up little vehicle of my entire driving career. First things first, I'm shifting with the left hand. This is so bizarre. I've never driven anything like this. I can't believe it's even street legal. See, now I keep doing this. I keep trying to put the signal on, and I'm turning the windshield wipers on. It's actually more roomy than you would suspect. Like my knees are kind of high in it, but I'm in it, and it's reasonably comfortable. I don't know that I'd want to go across country in it, but I could sure as heck go and tour my 10-acre backyard. But wow, is this thing ever fun? This little guy is cute beyond belief. It only has 4,706 kilometers on it. It's like brand spanking new. It's so crystal clean in here, but what a cute little ride, and what a sensation. I'm on the wrong side of the steering wheel. Kids running everywhere and people everywhere, and you can just sort of dart through traffic like with great ease in this little guy. People are just looking at me like, what the hell is that thing? It's pretty bumpy though. You know, here, it's just me in it. Now granted, I'm the size of most Japanese sumo wrestlers, but I couldn't imagine it really going all that fast down a highway or something with like a big load of fire equipment on it. I'm curious to see what the reaction of my friends down here at the Holy Corral are gonna think when they see me stuffed into this thing. Hey guys, you like it? Yeah. Am I in it or on it? They're not looks of admiration. They're more looking at you like, where the hell did you get that thing from? And they're, I don't know, they're almost mad at me for being in it. You know, the owner of this vehicle imported this into Canada, signed, sealed, and delivered, lock, stock, and barrel, out of the back of a shipping crate for $7,000. I think this thing's worth a heck of a lot more than $7,000. I'd estimate the value at a minimum $10,000, and I'm gonna go get one right now.
burning gasoline like water.
Hey, Mom. I almost ran my mom over on a test drive. There's my mom. As you can imagine, my mom's a cruiser too. She's wrecked a couple of pretty classic cars in her day too. In the summer of 1987, I was 19 years old. I totally loved these cars. Hey, I was what, 18 years old in 1984? Or if I did a little bit of math there, I mean, really, that's like what? I don't know. Math wasn't ever my good subject. This car makes people get out of the way. It kind of looks like Darth Vader or something. Aggravates me to no end.
Keep on driving.
Are you filming all this?
Keep on rolling down the road. The back streets of our